I'm over here at the Country Club Plaza. I'm in the Country Club Plaza district of KC. And before I get to the shopping part of it, I'm gonna go across this international bridge, which has these two statues sitting in front. They're Chinese statues. So this is called the International Bridge. So it has several nations plastered on the bridge. As you can see right here, the river flows right through here. So this is located near Ward Parkway. As you can see, they have those little gondolas that go across the river. As you can see, there's people jogging right there alongside the river. So Country Club Plaza is more than just shopping. You can come over here and chill as well. And they have hotel accommodations as well. The Locano. And a lot of these hotels are in older historical buildings. They also have the Raphael Hotel, which sits off over to the right. I'm over here at Country Club Plaza. So let me go ahead and turn back around. As you can see all these flags, these international flags. They go Spain's flag. And there's a ton of other flags as well. They go France's flag right here. That's one of the African nations flag. I can't remember which one it is. But you can walk down this bridge and see a ton of international flags. So that's really dope. Now I'm getting ready to walk onto the core of Country Club Plaza, where a lot of the shops and the restaurants are. So I'm gonna be honest, a lot of these restaurants and, you know, retail stores are for those who have a very expensive taste. So this area is not for those who are on a shoestring budget. But I just wanted to come over here and check out. They have an Apple store right here, by the way. You know you're in a rich area if they have an Apple store and a bunch of other high-end retailers. Also, if there's a Rolex store, oh yes, best believe it's high end. It's a but it's definitely a nice place to jog and to walk around. So or to ride your motorized vehicle. Tiffany and Co. So you can tell all the socialites shop over here. The fashionistas. Nah, I'm just joking, man. Like, shout out to everybody out there. We have something like this in Huntsville. It's called Bridge Street. At this point in time, I feel like every major city has a high-end shopping retail district. Well, cool thing about, they have a Seasons 52 right over here. Check out all the regional college teams, KU, K-State, and Missouri Tigers. So this store right here sells a bunch of college gear. But they do have a lot of nice sculptures here at Country Club Plaza as well. Can't knock them on that for sure. This sculpture is called A Morning Prayer for the Children at Mercy Hospital. Say yours and toss a coin. So you just say a prayer, toss a coin in there, and there you go. Nice sculpture right there, nice by the fountain. And there goes the Pegasus horse right there. If you're into Greek mythology, Pegasus is the horse with the wings. A bunch of people over here gathered around. Guess they must have had like a marathon or something. Psycho Bunny. What's interesting about Country Club Plaza, it opened in 1923, and it is considered to be the first planned large outdoor suburban shopping center in the US. And I see why, because Country Club Plaza is a good little, it's a pretty good little drive away from the city portion, or at least downtown KC. So you may, so it does have that suburban vibe to it, I guess. They have a Nike store over there across the street. Again, you know you're in a high-end area when you see that swoosh. Even though they do have some Nike stores in like the outlet centers. The outlet centers is where you can pretty much go get a lot of clothing at discounted rates. You know, it's generally you get the best sales at the outlet places. You know, so there's that. This is the Country Club Plaza. So for those who visit KC and the shopaholics out there, you know, if you visit KC, you know, come check out Country Club Plaza and expect to pay a pretty penny. Yeah, I'm over here at Swope Park here on the south side of KC. Looks like they're having something going on over here. Playing music. A bunch of people gathered out. A bunch of our people gathered out here in the front. And this is actually the site for Kansas City's first public golf course. Okay, cool. Now, Swope Park is a city park here in Kansas City. It's actually the 51st largest municipal park in the US and the largest park in Kansas City at over 1,800 acres. And named in the honor of Colonel Thomas Swope, a philanthropist who donated to the land in 1896. So shout out to Colonel Swope. So plenty of park space over here at Swope Park. And much of the park itself is a bunch of woodlands, but they do have a golf course, an outdoor theater called the Starlight, and also a major sports complex called the Swope Soccer Village, which was actually completed in 2014. I believe that's a Starlight Theater over there, further down that way. So again, plenty of park space out here at Swope. Ethnic Enrichment Commission. They have trails over here as well, so several walking and jogging trails. And in this area over here, you could do frisbee tosses. Yeah, but there you have it. This is Swope Park. It's a Starlight Theater right here. So I knew I was right when I was standing up on that hill over there on Swope. So this is a Starlight. Looks like they're having an event on this evening. Drive down this way. Over here is the Kansas City Zoo and Aquarium. So this is all part of the Swope Park grounds. I finally made it, guys. I'm outside of Arrowhead Stadium, which is now Geha Field. Don't know how long it's been called Geha Field, but I've always known it to be Arrowhead Stadium. This is the home of the reigning Super Bowl champs, Kansas City Chiefs, as much as it hurts me to say that. It is what it is. Now, Arrowhead Stadium, look at this nice sculpture right outside of Arrowhead, right in front at the Tower Gate. Now, Arrowhead Stadium is part of a side-by-side stadium complex called the Truman Sports Complex, a few miles east of downtown KC. Now Kansas City, now the Truman Sports Complex came about in, I believe it was the 70s. Yeah, it was in the mid 70s, where Jack Stedman, who was the GM of the Kansas City Chiefs at the time, suggested building two stadiums side by side. So the other stadium, which we will get to in a minute, is Kaufman Stadium, which is home of the Kansas City Royals Major League Baseball team. But this is the Kansas City Chiefs NFL Stadium right here, Arrowhead Stadium. And it opened in 1972. A lot of history has been made in this field, including the recent Super Bowl. All right, KC Chiefs, I'm gonna show y'all some love in this video, even though y'all beat my 49ers twice, but I'll show y'all some love in this video. It is what it is. Give credit where credit's due, right? But yes, you guys have the Chiefs have a really good squad. They've had a really good squad for a few years now. Coach Andy Reid, you know, he's one of my favorite coaches, even though, again, his team beat my 49ers twice. I really had love for Andy Reid ever since his days coaching Philly. I really wish he would have won one there, because that's when Donovan McNabb was the quarterback and I was actually riding with the Eagles then, McNabb and T.O. But enough about that. I'm here to show some love to the Kansas City Chiefs. So but this is another sculpture by Jun Kaneko. It's called Horizon 2013, and it was hand built and glazed ceramics on stainless steel table. Okay, nice sculpture. And it has, of course, the Kansas City Chiefs team colors. So the Kansas City Chiefs, again, they do have a strong history of winning, a winning tradition here. They keep it up. They might be the next title town. They'll probably be the title town of the Midwest. They keep winning Super Bowl chips. Patrick Mahomes might be the next Tom Brady. Who knows? You can't hate on Patrick Mahomes' greatness and Travis Kelce. Even though, you know, I feel like part of that Super Bowl MVP trophy should have went to Taylor Swift. I'm just saying. Nah, I'm just joking. Shout out to the Chiefs. And, you know, the CEO is Clark Hunt, but his family owns the stadium, the Hunt family. So, you know, Clark Hunt is the CEO of the Kansas City Chiefs, and he's the heir to the Lamar Hunt, you know, fortune and everything like that. So they just keep this franchise in the family. So before they were the Chiefs, before they were in the NFL, they played in the AFL. And that was before the AFL NFL merger. And they actually won 3 AFL titles and 4 Super Bowl titles, including the 3 that they've won within the past 5 years. And they won one in 1969 in the early days of the Super Bowl. They also have 16 division titles to their name. But they really have a nice stadium. Being that the Kansas City Chiefs Stadium has been up for over 50 years, they have made a lot of renovations to it. You can see the modern design on this curve right over here. And there he goes, the face of the franchise right here. Boy, Pat Mahomes, Chiefs Kingdom. Also, RIP to Derek Thomas. He played for the Chiefs back in the 90s. He was one of my favorite defensive players during that time. And he was playing right around the time where I started watching football as a youngster. And this is the high V gate portion of the stadium. As you can see, right over here. So it's nice little part right here. Of course, it's fenced off, but this is the stadium right over here. And there goes Len Dawson. Len Dawson is one of the old school quarterbacks for the Chiefs. He was actually part of that Super Bowl team of the Chiefs back in 1969. See if I can get a good look at him right over here. There you go, right there, Len Dawson, number 16. Of course, he's in the KC Chiefs Hall of Fame, as well as the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I'm getting ready to make my way over here to the KC Royals ballpark, officially known as Kaufman Stadium. Stadium lights on over there. Check it out. Just wanted to get one more look at this stadium right here. But yeah, this is Kaufman Stadium. It looks like they have, I think they have a game today. Before I came here, I wanted to check and make sure they didn't have a game today. But it doesn't look like it to be an issue. I was able to get in and get this footage, so that's cool. But before I get over there, I see a statue. I want to get real quick in front of the Chiefs Stadium. Also, a statue of the founder of the Kansas City Chiefs, Lamar Hunt. And he was an innovative pioneer. Lamar Hunt's ideas and innovations permanently altered the landscape of American sports, beginning with the founding of the American Football League in 1959 until his passing in December 2006. Hunt never stopped working to improve the games he loved. So there you go, there goes his name right there, Lamar Hunt. And after watching the 1958 National Football League Championship game on TV, Lamar Hunt recognized the tremendous potential for professional football in the United States. When the NFL refused to expand, Hunt founded the American Football League in 1959, introducing professional football to fans in new parts of the country. Hunt's vision led to the AFL-NFL merger, the creation of the Super Bowl, and helped secure professional football's place as America's game. There you go, Lamar Hunt. And of course, like I said, his family owns the franchise, so they definitely keeping the franchise in the family's name. So talk about inheritances and generational wealth. And I'm walking up on Kaufman Stadium. Again, there is a game currently going on here at Kaufman Stadium. Now, Kaufman Stadium opened a year after Arrowhead Stadium opened. And Kansas City has long been a baseball city. And the Royals most recently won a World Series in 2015. So again, there's an event going on today, a ball game going on this evening. And check this out. This is a nice little sculpture right here, nice piece of artwork. And they have the team store, of course, right over here. And they have a whole bunch of families who contributed their names to this particular area right here. Dick Howser, number 10, managed the Royals to 3 postseason appearances, led the 1985 Royals to Kansas City's first World Series champion. Okay, shout out to Dick Howser. Also special shout out to George Brett. I think he was the MVP of that World Series. See, again, there goes the 2015 World Series champions, KC Royals. And the greatest moment in their history is when the Royals defeated Toronto 4-3 in ALCS Game 6 to claim a second consecutive AL pennant for Kansas City. Yeah, I remember when me and my girl visited Kansas City back in 2014. I came to visit a high school friend of mine and his then girlfriend, now wife. We all came to this stadium. This was 2014, by the way. The same year they won the pennant. And we came to the KC Royals game and had a really good time. So that's just a little personal story from P9 as it pertains to the KC Royals Stadium. Yep, so there you have it. That is Kaufman Stadium, and I just saw the Arrowhead Stadium as well, and this is the Truman Sports Complex. Come on, you know I couldn't leave Kansas City without getting some good old-fashioned barbecue. I'm over here outside of Kansas City's own Gates BBQ. And Gates BBQ has been a staple in Kansas City for a very long time, for many, many decades. So I'm about to go in and check it out. Look at that. If you look at that menu, entrees, they got slabs of ribs, you know, barbecue burgers, sausages, links, you name it. Coleslaw, barbecue baked beans, onion rings, and fries are the normal sides that you get with. This is the historic Gates BBQ, which has a multitude of franchises throughout the Kansas City area. So of course, Kansas City, can't come to Kansas City and not have their historic barbecue. Fall off the bone, really good. Well, I'm outside of Gates, and this is the ambiance right here before you enter the restaurant. That being said, I'd like to thank you guys. I got me my Gates BBQ to go, a barbecue burger with fries and a sweet tea. So that in mind, thank you guys for watching, and wish me safe travels home. And yeah, that completes this vlog. If you like what you see, please hit that like button, and also make sure you share this video with your family and friends. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And again, thanks you so much for riding with me, or in this case, walking with me through Kansas City. So until next time, peace and have a great day.